Mike, check 1 2 1 2. It's the Y2K Collector, and I am back with you to go through all of the limited run PlayStation 4 games that I have in my PS4 collection. There are hundreds of PS4 limited run games out there that you can get. In fact, limited run is still releasing games on the PlayStation 4 to this day. But I stopped buying limited run games once I realized that they had the deal with Amazon, and a lot of the games that they were releasing were going to be available for general release either in Best Buy or on Amazon. At some point, limited run games kind of lost their exclusive appeal to me. I'm sure there are still certain games that you can probably only get through limited run, but usually at some point rather, you're able to get some version of the games that they release. So I kind of just stopped doing the whole pre-order thing because it didn't really make sense. And in most cases, when you pre-ordered the limited run game, you weren't really getting it until like a year later by the time it was already in stores. And I'm exaggerating a little bit there, but it just kind of lost its appeal. So a lot of the limited run games that I have in my collection now are games that are some of their older releases, but these are still games that I enjoy. And so I'll go ahead and I figured I'd share them with the channel. So let's go ahead and get this party started. First up, we have a pretty cool action platformer RPG game here called Chasm. And I really like limited runs because I think they do a really good job with some of the cover art on some of these games. I really think the cover art is great. Chasm to me has one of the best cover art on it. And but the game itself is kind of boring to me. But Chasm is definitely one that I got from limited run. Still have it there. Next up, we have Flint Hook, a roguelike roguelike game on the PS4. This was also available with the Switch. I know they did like a combo pack with this game and Mercenary Kings, I think. Or no, was it Mercenary Kings? Yeah, Mercenary Kings Reloaded. Pretty cool game, interesting mechanics on this one. Flint Hook, if you happen to see this one, keep an eye out if you're into that. Limited run definitely took advantage of those collections, right? So we have the Contra Anniversary Collection, which is pretty much a collection of a lot of the old school Contra games, including Contra the Arcade, Super Contra, Contra JP, Super C, Contra 3, Operation C, Hard Corps, and then a couple of other random ones there. We have Super Probotector, I think. Did I say that right? Alien Rebels. So yeah, just a couple of interesting renditions of this series. Definitely a cool one to get if you don't feel like buying all of the Contra games on the NES and Super NES. Next up, we have a cool little hack and slasher, Mitsurugi. This is another cool one that I have in the collection. Got this a while back. Cool one on the PS4. One of my favorite PS4, or one of my favorite limited run beat 'em ups, I might have to say, River City Girls. Ooh, sorry about that. River City Girls, played this a ton on the Nintendo Switch. Got pretty far. I think I got to like the Rockstar boss where you have to like, she's like the levels like a guitar string and each note she plays can do damage to you or something like that. I think that's how far I got in this game. Haven't beaten this one yet. But this is a limited run classic. You definitely got to get River City Girls if you don't get anything else. Next up, a classic shooter, Battle Garega. Originally released on the Sega Saturn. They brought it to the PS4. Really good music on this one. I would say in terms of shoot 'em ups, this probably has the second best music next to Ray Storm. So yeah, good stuff here with Battle Garega. Next up, we got a classic, and that is Blasphemous. You all know how much I love Blasphemous, a 2D side-scrolling hack and slasher, Metroidvania. So many of my favorite characteristics in one. Pretty gruesome though. Even for a cartoon, not a cartoon, but for like a sprite-based game, pretty gruesome. But cool, definitely a cool one to check out. Ribby, an interesting little platformer here on the PS4. Pretty cool pixelation here. I do like this one. This is also available on the PS4. You can grab that there. And then next up we have Dangun Feveron. I think I said that right. Dangun. It's funny, I got this game before I even owned a PlayStation 4. I remember when this released through limited run, and I just remember seeing footage of the game, and I was like, man, this game looks sick. I might have to get a PS4 just for this game. So I actually got the game and then got the PS4. And what's funny is that I still have yet to play this game. So Dangun Feveron is another one that I have in the collection there. That's another limited run title. Then we have Castlevania Requiem, which is a collection of Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night. So this is great to be able to get Symphony of the Night on the PlayStation 4. It's one of the, it is the godfather of it's one of the godfathers of the Metroidvania genre. Obviously, Super Metroid is the other one, and then Castlevania, definitely a great collection of games. And then, of course, you have the Castlevania collection, which pretty much has all the other Castlevanias on it, and the more notable ones being Super Castlevania 4, the Castlevania Adventure, Dracula's Curse, Simon's Quest, a lot of the NES. So you got a lot of the NES ones up here. You've got the Super Nintendo Castlevania there, the one that came out on the Sega Genesis with Bloodlines, Kid Dracula, the Castlevania Adventure, and then Belmont's Revenge. So some good stuff here on this one. Then we've got a nice shooter here, Danmaku Unlimited 3. What's funny is that I had this on the Switch, and then I sold it when I sold off a bunch of Switch games, and I was a little sad because this is a very colorful, beautiful shoot 'em up. Good music on it. So I went ahead and got it back on the PS4. They had this going for like $24.99, I think, at one point. Aster Breed, available on the PS4. This is like a pretty cool, this is definitely a space, I think, shooter, but I don't think this is like your traditional space shooter. I haven't played this one yet, but I saw it. I think I saw this one on Mercari a while ago, and they were selling it for cheap, like 20 bucks. So I picked it up, added it to the collection. Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Ghoul Patrol. This was around the time that I stopped buying limited run games because I started seeing this like in Best Buy. I saw this game everywhere. A really cool remake of some Super Nintendo classics, but just, you know, I didn't think these were worth kind of picking up on the limited run website, so got that there. Stranger Things 3, the game, very cool isometric beat 'em up. This is a cool one. If you're able to get your hands on Stranger Things 3, I definitely would look into it. This is a very cool game, and I love the Stranger Things series. I think it's a great show. I think they're supposed to be doing like one more installment, so I can't wait for that. Looking forward to that. Here we go. We got The Mighty Goose. This is like the duck version of Metal Slug. Really, really fun game. Very colorful, very bright. Love the pixel artwork on this one. Really, really cool game. If you've never heard of this, check it out. It's a fun one. A short one, but a goodie. Definitely check that out. I don't know how Valfaris wound up in this bunch because this is definitely not a limited run game, and neither is Skull. So I'll just show you these two anyway. You would have thought that these two games came out by a limited run because Valfaris is sick. If you want like a rock and roll, side-scrolling run and gun shooter, this is definitely the one to get. And he has this really cool gun, which is kind of like it shoots out like alien tentacles or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, that's a really amazing gun. I like that one. And then Skull's just a really cool, cute, like pixelated action platformer. I think with each different skull that he puts on, he like gains different powers. And I love the pixelated artwork here. Looks very close to Dead Cells, and Dead Cells one of my faves as well. So two great games to be added in there. They're not limited run games, but they're definitely games that I enjoy. And if you like limited run, there's a ton of other stuff that limited run has on the PS4 that eclipses the games that you have that I have here. And you know, I think now more than ever before is probably going to be a really good time to start looking at PS4 games. I don't know if the sun has officially set on PS4 in terms of new games being released for the console. They've released this new game, Stellar Blade, and I don't think it's going to get a PS4 release. So I think they're done doing the available on PS5, PS4 thing. I could be wrong. But let me know what are some of your favorite limited run games on the PlayStation 4. Let me know if there's something that I need to look out for, or if there's anything I should look into. I'm a huge fan of beat 'em ups, Metroidvanias, and shoot 'em ups. Of course, So let me know what you think down in the comments. That does it for me, though. I'm the Y2K Collector. Hopefully you are having a strong week, and I will catch you. If not tonight, I will see you tomorrow. Take it easy.